Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be doing another Kmart haul. I haven't done one of these videos in quite a few months. I think the last one I did was around winter, and this one is for spring 2019. And everything that I picked up today, or most of the things, you might have seen me mention or briefly show on my recent video. It will be a few previous to this one, where I took you to Kmart with me in a bit of a come to Kmart with me vlog, where I purposefully showed all of the new things that were in. And if you haven't seen that, I'll link it up and down below. So a fair few of those things that I showed then I have in my bag here that I can share now and talk all about. But I also did a few recent trips, and I'll be showing everything that I've gotten from Kmart recently today. I guess before that video, quite a few weeks back now, I went and picked up a few items that I've actually been using, and I'll show today. And then when I actually took you to Kmart with me and picked up a few things, I did mention there were some things that were sold out, or things that I didn't pick up on the day that I actually returned for. So 3 trips, and I'm just going to be showing everything today. Now, I'll quickly point out as well that I know normally I share prices on everything, and I fully intended to today as well. I set aside receipts so I could share prices on everything, but wouldn't you know it, I lost the damn things. So I don't know how much everything costs. Of course, it's Kmart, so it's really affordable. Everything kind of ranged from $1 up to maybe $15 at the most. If I do find those receipts, I'll make sure I put prices on screen, or if I can find out prices another way. But now I guess with all of that being said, I'm just about to jump right into the haul. So I think the things I'll start with are from my first trip out of the 3, where I went and just on a whim picked up a few things that I was interested in. I might start with stationery, since that's definitely one of my favorite sections in Kmart. I think I'll start out with some notebooks. I always tend to pick up a few of these every couple of months, and of course I had to get some recently since I wanted some nice springy looking notebooks. So this first one that I have here, it's metallic so you might not be able to see, it's just a simple spiral bound notebook. I love using these for all sorts of different purposes, like writing my grocery lists, to-do lists and little things like that. And also I have a notebook for YouTube. I basically have a notebook for everything. Can you see? It just says notes, notes, notes down the front, and that's all I use this for. Of course, I have heaps of these notebooks already. I always pick up quite a few, and I have one for pretty much every purpose. You know, to-do lists, grocery lists, YouTube lists, and I don't know what it is. I just love putting pen to paper and writing things down. I know there are definitely other people out there, surely, that just prefer to put pen to paper and write things down in a book rather than notes in a phone. That's definitely the camp that I fall into, and I just decided to pick this one up since it looked a little bit different to ones that I had already. Now the next one that I grabbed is again another notebook, but it's one of these hard cover notebooks. So it's got some flowers on the front, and it just says journal here. And I actually thought I would use this for the purpose of a journal. I of course have lots of notebooks, like I said. I've got, you know, little planners, gratitude journals, diaries, but I don't have a plain journal, so I thought having this pretty one might be nice just to put some thoughts down in and kind of get everything out of my head before bed each night. I'll be honest, I haven't started using this one yet, but in the meantime, it's definitely been nice decoration on my bedside table, and I guess keeping it nearby, it will be able to be used, and like I said, I didn't really have a book just for this purpose yet. In the same section, I also ended up grabbing a planner, but don't worry, this is the last of these sorts of items, and this one is just a very simple, simple monthly planner. So it's kind of just set up calendar style. It's got every single day of the week there, and I feel like it would be nice to just have shifts for myself and my partner, as well as appointments and things like that at a glance. I have quite a few of these sorts of things in the house, like we've got calendars already, and of course I've got my regular weekly planner and things like that, but I thought I just wanted a nice sleek monthly planner, especially for the busier months at the end of the year. I thought this would be super helpful for scheduling videos and things like that as well, so I had to pick this one up. It's also nice because it's just got these tear away pages, so of course it's going to last months and months, but I can just set up each new month on here and be able to keep track of everything quite simply. I suppose this is a small one, but something I also picked up in the stationery section, and of course I've been using it, so it's out of its packaging, but just one of these lovely little pink glittery pens. So it's kind of just a rosy sort of metal here, and it's full of glitter in the top. So it does move slowly, but it just rolls around in there. It's just a simple ballpoint pen, of course, but it is very pretty, and I figured since I got a new notebook, I did want a new pen as well. Now, another thing that I picked up somewhat recently was a new book. I've of course mentioned in my recent updates video that I'm now officially vegetarian, and I've been on the hunt for a nice vegetarian cookbook. So I picked up this one. It definitely looks really nice. It's a hardcover, The Vegetarian Kitchen, and it's got 150 recipes. Now I'm sure there are people out there that think cookbooks are a little bit redundant because yes, admittedly, almost any recipe you can think of is online. But again, something about the paper, it is quite appealing to physically have something here and to be able to flip through and find recipes, especially since I'm still a new vegetarian and trying to find interesting meals. Like, how good do those look? I'm gonna have to bookmark that one for later. But I think I just appreciate a good cookbook. I've got quite a few already in certain themes. I don't go crazy with it or anything, but I definitely thought that at this new little milestone in my life, I wanted to get one. And of course, since it was Kmart, it was nice and affordable. And I've got to say, 150 recipes. It will take me quite a while to get through these and find some new favorites. All right, now the next things that I have here are also homey type items, and they're actually things that I would say I needed. They are some coasters. I do actually have coasters, or did have some already, but a couple of them were broken, and I'll be honest, I found them extremely ugly. They were just plain natural wood round coasters, and I wanted something that looked a little bit nicer in the rooms in the house, so I grabbed a new set. There are 4 of them here, and I'm just using them myself. I've got them in all my main areas of the house, like my bedside table, and actually a few surfaces in my filming room, just to stop marks on tables and things like that, because I always have a drink in hand, whether it's coffee or, you know, a big bottle of water, and of course I don't want to leave any marks on my furniture. So I picked up these. I might just hold one since they're a little bit heavy. They are made out of marble, but it's just a white marble, and it has this gold sort of detail on 2 corners there. To be honest, I could live without that, but I think overall these are really pretty and they're just quite sturdy, so I don't think these will break as long as I don't drop them. Somehow the wood ones kept splitting, so glad to have these in the house as well. Next up is again another decorational piece. I know I probably don't need to buy little bits like this anymore, but you know, Kmart and other places keep coming up with ideas and I keep falling for it. So there are just some more fake flowers to add to my house. I purposefully wanted these for on top of my new Alex drawers, and I feel like they really are a nice touch for the room. So these are fake hydrangeas, I want to say. I actually feel like they're really lovely and quite simple just with their colours. So they're nice in the room, and I guess they have that sort of fake real look because they've got a bit of I guess fake water at the bottom here. So of course, yes, they're fake flowers, but of course I don't need to water them or worry about anything like that, and in a way they maybe look a little bit more realistic than other types of fake flowers that I have around the house. Right now I just have a few last little bits to show before I move on to the main part of this haul, and these are all just little hair accessories. So I've got some scrunchies here in this silk sort of fabric with a little bow on them, so I thought they were lovely, and they're all pretty affordable. I just thought something different in my hair could be nice every now and then. I think all of these packs were about $5 because these came in packaging, of course, but I've taken them out so I could use them in both a pink and also kind of a nudie grey as well, or cream, I guess you could say. It looks a little bit different in the viewfinder, but you know, I thought it was a bit more neutral to go with my own hair. As well as those, I also got some clips, and these are hard to describe, kind of a clear acrylic with gold and also pink foil on the inside. The gold one's showing up a little bit better than the pink. So yeah, just something a little bit different for hair, and again, for the price I figured it's best to get little accessories like that since I won't use them all the time. I didn't want to spend too much on little spare of the moment purchases. Then the last little hair accessory bits are all kind of bobby pins, but they're all mermaidy themed, I suppose. It's kind of hard to show without the cardboard they were originally on, but there's some little, I think, what are they, puka shell clips? So some natural looking ones and a gold one, and I've also got a little starfish and just a pearl bobby pin. So these are really pretty, and again, just tiny little things. Didn't want to spend too much on them, so getting all 4 of those for $5 I feel was pretty good. So those first few items were all things I got in one shop a little while back, so I think all of them are still there. I definitely checked them out when I was doing my shop recently because I was trying to check to see how much they cost. Again, issues with losing these receipts, so I don't know how I did it a second time. But now I'll move on to all of the items that I picked up when I took you to Kmart with me. I've just got them all in this reusable Woolies bag here, and I'm just going to start working through. I might start with some of the more bulky items first. So this first thing that I have here is just a gym bag, since I actually don't have one. I've used handbags, kind of reusable bags like this one for the gym, and of course that has been working fine, but I figured, you know, it might be nice just to have a proper gym bag if I go after work or times where I need to carry a few extra things, because right now I feel like I always sling my towel over my elbow. I have to carry a jacket separately because I always bring tiny little bags. So having a proper gym duffel bag does help me in that sense. It's just a light pink Everlast gym bag and it's got grey straps. I feel like it's kind of standard size. This, I know I can definitely hold everything that I need in, and it feels reasonably sturdy. So I didn't think I needed to go to Lorna Jane or anything like that to get a gym bag. I just thought I'd pick one up here, and while I haven't used it yet, I think I might cut off the tags, which by the way I realised there are going to be some prices on. This one was just $12, so I feel like that's a pretty good price. But what I'm saying is I think maybe I'll start using this today. It's funny, I thought I'd point out now that almost everything I picked up in this recent trip was all coloured pink. When I took everything through the checkout, it's all very girly looking, and I don't know why I'm saying that as if it's a shock. Obviously I do like the colour, but I was definitely gravitated towards a lot of things in that colour this trip. So next thing that I have here is just this ceramic pot plant. I feel like it's a little medium, or ceramic pot. It's just this little medium size, and of course it's empty at the moment. I figured I could use something like this at my front door. I might actually start growing some of those little Woolworths seed planter things, or maybe even some flowers in here. I feel like that could be pretty. And I just thought I'd get a pot so maybe I can fill, of course, with soil and just a few small plants, or one medium-sized one, since I can't really garden properly in my house, since I guess the backyard is pretty barren and I wouldn't want to grow anything back there with the dogs anyway, and there's not too much room to plant anything out the front. But I figured pots could be a good little baby step since I haven't actually tried planting anything before, so I feel like it's a safe way to start. I also grabbed a new iPhone case, not for a new iPhone, just a new case. I'm going to get it out of this packet so it's not crinkly anymore. So this is again just my iPhone 7, the one that I have at the moment, which is actually also from Kmart, maybe even from the last haul. Is starting to fall apart at the front. I suppose I haven't taken the best care of it, and admittedly they are quite cheap. But do I learn my lesson and buy something else? Nope, I had to get this one. I figured it will last a little bit longer since it doesn't have one of those little clasps at the front, and that's where I really got a lot of wear and tear. So of course I just like one of these little fold up ones since I can keep all my cards in. It's just a lot easier for me. I don't think I will use this strap on there, but maybe some people will find that useful. So just another little pink phone case holder. Now the next thing that I have here is the only thing that I picked up in the beauty section this time around, and it's, of all things, a nail dryer, which I was very surprised to see, especially in Kmart's own brand. I'm 99% sure that the OXX brand is Kmart only, or their beauty brand in particular. So this little nail dryer here is just, sorry, it's really shiny. It's like a miniature version of what they have at the nail salon, right? I thought at first it just blew out air, and it definitely does that, but it also says it has a UV light as well. So of course I've been doing my nails at home. Yes, these ones are a little bit, I think, needing to be redone, so don't look too close. But I've been doing my nails at home for quite a while, and I think this will just help things along. I like the fact that it's quite small too. Maybe it's not super high powered, but I don't really have much space to store a proper big one like they have in the nail salons. So I figured picking something up like this would be quite useful. I think it runs off a USB point as well. I'm just trying to see. I can't see on the outside packaging, so let's open it up. I just had a little look when the instructions fell out, and it seems it runs on batteries, which is fine, or I guess preferable since it doesn't have any cords anywhere, so it definitely keeps it quite sleek. It's incredibly tiny. Of course it might be a little bit flimsy, who knows, but again, something I will try out today since I'm sure I have batteries somewhere in the house, even if I need to rip them out of a remote or something. And I was having a little closer look to see how to work it, just to turn it on, and I'm pretty sure it's just this part inside here when you press down. There's a little bit of movement there. So that seems really simple, and I can't wait to actually do my nails next time and use this to see how much it helps. I just realized that wasn't the only beauty thing that I picked up this time around. I also got another small thing, although it's really not beauty, I just got it in that section, and it is a body spray. This caught my eye because it is meant to be pomegranate scented. So of course it looks very simple in its packaging. It says it is pomegranate rouge, and I just got a little smell in the store. I felt obligated to pick it up because I'm obsessed with pomegranate scents. So it does have a bit of a slight artificial pomegranate scent, but it's there enough for me, so I did want to get this. They had it in both this smallish size as well as a large one, kind of the size of a regular full body spray, and I just thought I'd pick this up since I won't use it too often. I don't use body sprays all that much. Normally I'm more of a perfume person, but just on an average sort of casual day I might use something like this. Plus I also thought it would be nice to mix it up with this scent since I don't have anything else like it at the moment. Alright, now I think let's move on to a few clothing items that I picked up. I didn't get too many or for clothing out of the house really, but you'll soon see what I mean. Just a few clothing bits. And the first one that I have here is just a simple satin nightie, and it's actually a really lovely pink in person. It's described as peony, but I feel like it looks a little bit coral on camera maybe? I don't know. I'll see when I edit this back, but I actually really like this colour. I guess if you saw my Come to Kmart video with me, you probably saw that I did end up getting this as a bit of a, I guess, substitute for something else that I wanted, but I think it's grown on me quite a bit. It's just a simple spaghetti strap nightie, nothing too fancy, but I figured it would be nice to mix it up a little bit from my regular pajamas that I have. As crazy as this sounds, I think I will still give it a steam, just so it feels like it looks a little bit nicer around the house, since it is crazy crinkly at the moment. Alright, the next piece of clothing that I have here is gym clothes, or I guess one piece of gym clothing, and it's just a simple pair of black bike shorts. So I guess the appeal in picking this up is the fact that they're an actual bike short length. All of my other gym shorts are definitely on the shorter side, nothing too short for the gym, but they're definitely not this sort of bike short length, because I feel like there's a real difference. I just wanted something a little bit longer, I suppose, and plain black, since I surprisingly don't have that much plain black gym pants. So I grabbed these, and these ones were just $5. I think lately gym wear from Kmart hasn't been too bad in terms of being squat proof or anything like that, so I think these ones should be fine. But yeah, I just grabbed one pair to start with. I'll see how I go with these, and considering the months are getting warmer, if I like these I might go back for another pair just to alternate between washes. Alright now, and then the last piece that I picked up when I went to Kmart with you is just a pair of work shoes. These are some simple black espadrilles, I guess. I normally think of espadrilles as the wedge heel, but I suppose with this bottom these are espadrilles as well, right? So these ones I got on sale, and they were just $7 down from $12, which was pretty good. One downside is the fact that I had to get them in 9 instead of my regular 8, but I figured I'd rather go for something slightly bigger than small, so that's why I dodged a 7. But I just figured something like this would be nice to mix up my shoe wear at work, I guess, since the weather is getting a little bit warmer and these would still be work appropriate. And I've never actually had shoes like this before, just black flats that aren't the normal ballet flat, so I figured this would be nice. I haven't tried them on yet. I might actually try these on now. I'm not going to put it on camera or anything, but I'm just very interested to see how this will work out. Not that I can return them since I don't have a receipt if they don't fit, but... Okay, I think I struck luck. These actually fit really well. Probably better than if I did have an 8. So these ones will probably be worn to work next week. Or maybe I'll wear them for a few hours around the house and just for short trips out to avoid blisters. Alright, so there's all of the items that I did pick up in my big shop where I took you to Kmart with me. But of course, at the top of the video, I did say I made one final return to look for something that I had been thinking about still. You might be able to guess what it was if you saw that previous Kmart video. I'm of course referring to the satin set, the separates that I kept thinking about, but sadly they didn't have them in my size when I went originally. So I returned maybe 2 days later, I want to say, and they had heaps of them. They restocked, so I managed to get them in my size. I've just got the top, just this little silk cami if you hadn't seen it in the previous video. So it's this lovely navy blue, and naturally to go at the top, since they're separates, I got the shorts as well. So just some little satin shorts to match, and the colour they described it as is pea coat, but of course I think it's just a simple navy, really pretty, and they did them in this colour as well as a maroon set, although I think this one will just go better on me. I know some people will like the maroon as well. I'm really actually hoping too that they do more colours in these sets since they were so affordable at just $8 a piece. So I think actually this is something I will wash today along with the other clothing items so I can start wearing these tonight. Now, don't just think that I got those pajamas on my last trip, because of course the laws of the universe state that when you go to Kmart, you can't just leave with what you intend to go in there for. You've got to get extra bits, right? So I grabbed something that I actually saw on my trip with you when I went, and that is this face mask set, or face mask kit. I think I originally discounted this in my mind. I decided not to get it because I thought, oh, I can use other things for it, or I have other things to use. And I just realized something is missing. Sorry, I just opened this up because I realized all you were probably looking at was glare, and I started to trail off because I realized something is missing from here. I don't know if I grabbed it without it, or maybe the missing pieces in the mess in front of me, but it came with a few things. It came with cosmetic brush, spatula, measuring spoon set, and mixing bowl. And all I have here is the mixing bowl and the measuring spoons. I'm gonna have to check and backtrack because I'm pretty sure I would have noticed if it was missing two things. So I figured this would be handy for certain masks that I have that come in powder form. So I think I've just got the, what is it, the Egyptian magic mask, and I think you have to mix it up to use it. So I figured this little set would be useful. I also like the look of the brush and spatula that it came with, but if by chance they're lost forever, I already have a few brushes that have come with Glam Glow and a few spatulas from different Korean beauty products. So it's not the end of the world, and again, I can't return it because I don't have my receipt. Oh, actually, this might be the one receipt that I do have. Would you look at that? The smallest thing, or smallest collection of things that I grabbed, the face mask kit was only $5. And then moving on to the last thing that I grabbed, this is a little bit random, but I did buy it for a purpose. As you can see, it's just a little Halloween bucket, and I picked this up not with the intention of using it for a Halloween bucket, but I thought it would be useful to keep on the edge of the bathtub and put all of my Halloween bath bombs in, since I have quite a few. I just thought it would be enough space and keep them kind of on display throughout the coming month. So this is the last thing. I realize all of the sun is doing its crazy thing at this time of day as well, so that's a signal to wrap it up. I think from here I've definitely got to get on to cleaning this big mess in front of me and finding spots for all of these items. I'll definitely hunt around as well for the rest of the pieces in this face mask kit because I don't know where they've gone, and definitely the receipts as well. Another mystery, maybe everything hooked up together, who knows. But when I find receipts, when and if I find them, I'll make sure I share prices on the video or down below. But for now, I think I'll be leaving this video here, so I just wanted to thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, I will be leaving it here, so I just wanted to thank you once again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!